Hello! Today I wanted to do a tour of my CD collection. I started collecting a little over a year ago. And whenever there's a fun, interesting story, I'll let you know. So my first ever CD that I had for myself was this one, which I lost the cover of for, but it is Star Academy 2012, hashtag Quebec Gang, hashtag Canada Gang, hashtag French, hashtag this was my first ever concert. So if you don't know, this was a reality TV show where people sang. There was a winner at the end, and I went to see them live at the end of the show. The title song, Toi plus moi, that was like the theme song of the show, and it was the first time I had ever lost my voice because I kept singing that song downstairs on the big TV, like those big box TVs. So that was quite fun. One of my other first ever CDs, which actually I think I got before the last one, is Love by J-Lo. Invading My Mind was my shit. I'm Into You. That song is a fucking banger. This is the CD. This is the back cover. She's eating. Oh, I listened to this so many times. When my brother used to have this room and I used to play Minecraft on the PlayStation 3, he had a stereo system and I would listen to this CD on repeat. Yes, I was listening to this and also like a bunch of compilation albums from the 2000s. So that was a vibe. Those were the times. My more modern CD that I had gotten at the beginning of my collection, before it was a collection, is Harry Styles' Fine Line. We all know this album. It's a vibe. I had gotten this because I had bought tickets for the tour, which was canceled, and I never got my money back. So this album stays as the only album by Harry Styles that I will be owning. When I wanted to start my CD collection, like 2023, I had gone to Walmart with my bestie. And that is when I had bought Dawn FM by The Weeknd. Yes, super cool. Super old dude. Oh, good album, actually. I had listened to this when me and my parents were driving. We went to Ottawa for like Thanksgiving 2 years ago. Just like for fun. We listened to it in the car. Now, this is where I really start getting into CDs. These really like started the collection. So I think one of the first ones I had gotten was Red Moon and Venus by Kali Uchis. I'm not a huge fan of this album. Controversial opinion. I prefer her Spanish songs. I am obsessed with that. But it was a good album and I saw it and I was like, oh, like I have to, like it just came out, like it's fun, it's a nice cover. I like Kali Uchis. It's a fun album. I have listened to it. And then we get into the masterpieces. Boom. Norman freaking Rockwell by Lana Del Rey. Yes. Yes. At the end, there's like an interlude outro that's connected to the song and it's like a guy whispering. Which I only listen to that when it's louder. It has this little book, which is super nice. Like, see, this is Marina's apartment complex. You have the credits, but then you have a little piece of lyrics. You took my kindness out of context at the Marina's apartment complex. When my friends from Ontario visited, and we were going through like a little record store in Montreal on Saint Denis, and that's where I found it. And then, did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? I had gotten, I think I was at a chalet with friends and we went to a Walmart and I found it. So obviously I had to get it. And I had gotten one for my bestie as well because she's a big fan. Yeah, I mean, fantastic album, really. So far every CD I had gotten, I was just buying one CD at a time. After those three, that is when I start buying CDs to buy CDs. I don't really care for what's on it. I just kind of buy it because I want to. And I want to upgrade my collection. Going thrifting with my other bestie. Hey! I get 3 CDs. The first one I get, The Sun Comes Out by Shakira, which I've never listened to. Number 2, another album that I have never listened to, Monkey Business by the Black Eyed Peas. Pump it louder, pump it louder. This third one, which unironically is one of my favorite CDs that I own because like you cannot look at it without being like, oh, that's iconic. Crazy Frog, Crazy Hits. And I have actually listened to this CD. I don't really have any complaints. It's really funny. And I think Axel F actually changed the trajectory of my life when it first came out. So that's that. This is where we keep our Lana theme going. And I get Kim Chose of the Country Club and Blue Bannisters. Low-key, her most aesthetically pleasing albums other than NFR in my humble opinion. Actually, as I say that, I just looked at Honeymoon. And Honeymoon is pretty fucking good aesthetically. I think Blue Bannisters might have been the first, or at least this is how I kind of found out about Lana when this came out, because Dealer started going popular on TikTok, and I was like, wait, this song is good. So then after Dealer, I listened to the whole thing, and I started leaning more towards this Blue Bannister type of style singing, which she has in more of her recent songs, which is why I really like Chemtrails of the Country Club as well, and I kind of started moving away from Paradise and Born to Die because that just isn't my sound. Beautiful CDs. Oh, like, you're freaking kidding. Like, so fun, so cool. Look at the cat on the back. Now we are 2024 February, and that is when I got my birthday gift, which I got Chromatica by Lady Gaga, which I love this album. I only fell in love with this album like 2023. I fell in love with this album. It's so good, and it has 2 secret tracks on it. On the CD, there's 2 secret tracks on it, which is so fun. I love that. From that Lady Gaga album until summer, I got no CDs, and during the summer I went to Poland. So the first 2 that I had bought in Poland were these icons. Yes, bro! So obviously we got Brat. When I was in Poland, Brat came out, and let me tell you, the second this album came out, it changed my life. Like, I was obsessed. I wasn't that big on Charlie. Like, I knew some of her songs. I like Pink Diamond, I like Vroom Vroom, I like Boom Clap, like I liked like the main stuff. When this came out and it was being promoted as an electronical dance club album, I was sold. I didn't even hear a single song. The second I saw this cover, I knew I was obsessed. I felt called towards it. And then when the songs came out, I was hooked. Let me tell you, was this the best thing that ever happened for Summer in Society in recent times? And I got La La Land, the original motion picture soundtrack. Iconic, really. You can't, there's nothing much more to say. After buying those 2, I still had some money left over from all my relatives seeing me and giving me money, which, shout out, thank you so much. I was able to buy more CDs because of you. I bought 3 extra CDs, and I mean, I think they're pretty cunt, like, I can't lie. The first one I had gotten was Talk That Talk by Rihanna, which I still haven't listened to in full. It has a lot of like her popular singles, so that's why I kind of bought it. Also, it's like my first Rihanna album, so I was like, why not? My other one is Planning Her by Doja Cat, and this is the deluxe version. Love that because I love the deluxe. I love that I can listen to You Right extended edition on this because it should have been the original version in the first place. But very good album. We love that. It was an era. And then I got Lust for Life. So we're doing pretty good on Lana albums. I think we're halfway through her discography at this point. Yeah, very fun, very fun. The next CDs are when I came back to Montreal. And at this point in time, I was set in stone into getting more CDs. My friends from Ontario come back to visit. And on one of our last days, we're like, okay, let's go shopping. And one of the stores we end up going to is a very fun new CD store that's right next to my school. And I find one of my favorite Lana albums, Ultraviolence. Yes, absolutely. Listening to this has been the best experience of my life for a couple times, I can't lie. It's just so good. It constantly makes me feel a lot of things, and I really, really love it. Let's see what we have inside. So every page has a little lyric of a song. I love it. I love this album so much. I think it's so good. I don't agree with the criticism that this album has received. That's all I'm gonna leave it at. The other album I got with that was The Best of Sade, which, I mean, Queen, really, you can't really complain or say anything. It's such a vibe to listen to. You put this on and you have some great jazz, some great blues. It's just a very, very nice album to listen to and have on. Next, I got 3 after going to see Don Juan with my mom, which is a very nice musical theater thing, and I would definitely recommend seeing it. Anyways, as we were leaving that, there was a little store with CDs in it, and I obviously had to go take a look, and I did, and I bought 3. So the first one I got was Renaissance by Beyonce. Yes! Yes! She ate with this because there's so many things in here. I mean, you have a poster. Like, you're kidding. And then you have a really, really, really cool little book. This 3-act project was recorded over 3 years during the pandemic. A time to be still, but also a time I found to be the most creative. And it explains you the whole story of Act 1 and how it came to be. And these photos, you're kidding. These are the visuals, baby. These are the visuals. Plastic off the sofa, Virgo's groove. I mean, in every single photo, she's surfing. I think this being the visuals in itself is really powerful and really, 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 really cool. I kind of need to get the Cowboy Carter CD because I'm really curious as to what she'd put in there, and I'm hoping that she put the same amount of effort. The next 2 albums I got with Renaissance were Fred Again, Actual Life 3. There's a couple songs on here that I really like. My favorite on it is Cami, in parentheses, Like I Do. That song, definitely, in my opinion, the best song on this track. And then I have Hermanos Gutierrez, Sonido Cosmico. And when I tell you this is the vibes, these are vibes. This is vibes. This is so vibes. Definitely, I recommend listening. It's just instrumentals and it's this psychedelic guitar. I don't know. It's just so good. I love to put it as background noise just to relax and really do my own thing. My next CDs that I had gotten, I got them in 4. And when I tell you this cost me quite literally $70. But it was kind of worth it. Like, I cannot lie. I mean, it really just defines who I am as a person. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show you the albums and you're going to have to make your conclusions. Yeah. I said earlier that I am a huge fan of Kali Uchis's Spanish albums, and this is because of this album, Orquídeas. Don't get me wrong, I love Sin Mendio. Like, that really made me a Kali fan, but this album, Orquídeas, when this came out, I listened to this for months straight. This album cover is just gorgeous, and the inside, oh, mon dieu, you're kidding, that is gorgeous. Melodrama by Lorde. Do I really have to say anything else? This album cost me $30. Worth every penny. Lady Gaga, The Fame Monster. Now, I had an option between this or Born This Way, and I got this because it's her kind of debut album, and I was like, it's too good to pass by. Confession, I have not listened to the entire album. Ever. But, I mean, come on. Motomami. And I am currently so obsessed with this album. Like, you cannot be serious. The production on it just gives me life. And the cover inside, she is a baddie. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, the visuals are, whoa. Damn! Continuing our album adventure, I buy another quartet. Billy's Hit Me Hard and Soft, and I love this album. This is 100% her best album. No debates. I think this album is fantastic. Controlled by SZA. Do I really haven't done it to say anything else? I mean, it's Controlled by SZA. Like, let me look at the little booklet. I haven't looked at that before. G for Groovy, H for Hat, I for Iguana, J for... Who is that? No, who is that? And how am I supposed to know what J stands for? Q for Quesadilla. Hell yeah. That's fun. This is cute. Ooh. Very nice. I love when there's photos. Oh, see, it's like this kind of motif on the CD itself. Another thing that I got is Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. This is just a really beautiful album, and I think it's really, really cool. For Max. Who's Max? I don't know the Phoebe Bridgers lore. I just like her songs. Oh, this is so cute! The lyrics on little, like, pencil drawings. That's really cool. Pun her! Pun her! And then I got Chaperone! How cool is this? How flipping cool is this? Oh, it's like a poster. Wait, I've never opened this. Sometimes I just get CDs, look at the CD, and put them immediately on my shelf. And then one day I'll listen to them. But this is fun. Whoa. Roan references your favorite old Western song, The Strawberry Roan. That is so cute. And then the CD itself has cute little stars on it. I stole this one from my dad. I didn't listen to it yet. It's just a singles. I have Destiny's Child's Survivor, which is pretty cool to have. I cannot lie. These girls are gorgeous. And then I also stole this from my dad, Thriller by Michael Jackson. I mean, this you kind of have to have in your collection. I haven't listened to it either, but oh, I love that rainbow. I love that. That is so 2000 CD. Yes. Okay. Next up, this is where I go crazy. I found a lot of CDs and I got all of them. So I had gotten 6 CDs, and I remember this being before work because I had to stuff them in my backpack before going to work and changing in my locker. But anyways, that's besides the point. The first one I had gotten was Honeymoon. Oh, yes. I love the aesthetics of this album. I think it's so gorgeous. I think the colors are beautiful. I think the storytelling is gorgeous. Next up, Jennifer Lopez on the 6. I found it for like $3. So obviously I was gonna buy it because it has Waiting for Tonight and Let's Get Loud. I mean, J-Lo's best songs if you really get into it. Best of Boney M. If y'all don't know Boney M, you bitches need to get into it because this shit is disco. I love Boney M. I grew up with it. My parents played it. I only really knew Rasputin, Sunny, and Daddy Cool. Like, those 3 were my Boney M songs. But I did listen to this. It's just vibes. It's groovy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Billy Idol, Idol. Which, first of all, repetitive ass name. But I got this because a couple weeks before buying it, I had gone to see him live with my father, which was fun. Not my genre of music, but I bought it because I was like, why not? Beyonce self-titled. Self-titled. When I bought this album, this was the cover, which, I mean, first of all, terrifying. I had to hide it from my parents until I realized that it wasn't the actual cover and it was just the booklet. But damn, girl. I haven't listened to it yet, but I mean, it's there. I know the songs on it, and they're really good. Partition. And Yonsei, y'all on his mouth like lick. And the last album I got from that one shopping spree is 25 by Adele. I still have not listened to this album in its entirety, but it's Adele, so I have to have it. Next up is when I go thrifting. The goal was to actually thrift, but thrifting is so overstimulating for me. I cannot find the time and patience to sort through clothes. I like to see my clothes all laid out for me. I'm really sorry. But I like thrifting for this reason because I can get CDs. The first one I got is Ace of Base. Next, I got Don Juan. Yes. Fantastic songs. If you have the opportunity to go see this show, do it. It's really good. The songs are beautiful and they really are good at telling the story. Low key, like, where's the movie? Where's the musical? I had also bought Planet Pit by Pitbull, obviously the king. Mr. Worldwide! Deluxe edition, by the way. I haven't listened to this album entirely, but it was Pitbull and I had to get it because Pitbull was the best concert of my life. When I tell you guys, if you ever get the opportunity to go to a Pitbull concert, please do it. It's just a party. I had gotten A Star Is Born soundtrack. Guys, can I just show the price? Like, $199. I got this for $199 at a thrift store. Like, obviously I'm gonna get it. Pure Heroin by Lorde. Do I have to say anything else? Next up, now it is finally Thanksgiving again, and I go to the States. For some reason, I literally forgot where we were, but we went there for like 2 days. By the graces of God, I finally got Lana's last album. I got Born to Die, the Paradise Edition. I literally got the best deluxe you could get. You're kidding. You're kidding. You're kidding. So we have the Born to Die CD here. You have Paradise. Iconic. Oh, I forgot one. I forgot one. I also got Shrek 2. So, I mean, I kind of had to, you know. Next up, I decided to go shopping just like for vibes. And I got 2 CDs. This is when I got Raise My 21st Century Blues and Jean-Michel Jarre Essential Recollection. Big vibes. Big vibes on here. If you like vibey, psychedelic, like otherworldly electronic music, this is the vibe. I love this shit. During Christmas time, as Christmas gifts that I did choose for myself, my mom got me Brat, and it's completely different, but still Brat. And then obviously Pitbull, Greatest Hits. This is so good to play like when I had like family over and we had like a little party sesh. So, I bought Violence But Backwards Over the Grass by Lana, which is her poetry book, read by Lana Del Rey. And I also have the actual book here with me, which is super fun. I've only read a couple of the poems. I haven't read all of them, but definitely this summer when it's sunny out, I want to listen to it and read it. I just think it's gonna be so vibes. After that, I went shopping yet again for CDs. This was kind of like my birthday gift to myself. I got Eusexua, which fantastic 10 out of 10 album. Love it. Nothing else to say about it. She looks like a spider. The weird thing is that the back is like upside down when you just turn it around. And also her forehead, you're kidding. Love her. Confessions on the Dance Floor by Madonna. And I'm so excited for part 2 of this. It better come out. Like, I'm so excited. I think this album is so fun. The aesthetics of it, it's just so cool. Also, when you remove the CD, there's a really fun photo. That's cunt. That is so cunt. I'm really becoming a Madonna stan. I'm really glad of that because I think it's very important to show love to these artists, even though they're not from your generation. It's important to show love to the artists that have shaped the culture that you are in. And Madonna is one of those girls. Obviously, like, I knew Hung Up, I knew Sorry, like, I grew up with those songs. But now on this album, Get Together and Isaac are my favorites. There's so much to say about Madonna, but like we already know, like, she's an icon, so I don't really have anything much else to add. And then my dad got me this because he recommended it. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's like some chill music. It's called Enigma MCMXCAD. Whatever the fuck. I've never heard this. My mom apparently knows it. But yeah, this is apparently super old. Now to my final bulk of CDs that I bought. My dad found a different new CD store like a little further away from here in Terrebonne, and we went there, me, my dad, and my mom. They were like, we'll bring you there and then we'll buy them for you as a birthday gift. Power by will.i.am. I've never listened to it in its entirety. I mean, you have This Is Love, which is a fantastic song. Scream and Shout, which is a fantastic song. That Power, which is a fantastic song. I see by Miley Cyrus is on this album, which I actually did not know. I found Roman Reloaded. As you can see, $5. The stickers, I couldn't take them off because they're like weird. This is her like pop album. Love it. And then one of the best rap albums in my opinion from the 2010s, The Pink Print. Like, this is an album. I listened to it in full on CD, and from beginning to end, I was hooked. I was rapping every word. It's so good. I was so excited to finally re-listen to this album. Funny story though, this version of The Pink Print, for some reason it was recorded as the acapella version of Anaconda, so it started off with like my anaconda don't, and then her verses are just not there, which is confusing. Another thing that it's just like a me complaint, but it's missing Whammables and Truffle Butter, which are like super deluxe tracks, which is really annoying. Like, there's too many versions of this album. However, Whammables and Truffle Butter low-key are two of my favorites. So the fact that they're not on it is a little annoying, but I will survive. I'm not complaining. I'm still really glad I have it. Another CD by Nicki Minaj that I forgot I had bought like really early on in my CD collecting is Queen Radio Volume 1, because this is the only CD that I could find except for Pink Friday 2, but I'm not a huge fan of Pink Friday 2. Also, the fact that it only has 10 songs on the CD because she like changed the whole album super late. Let's not get into it. It has Itty Bitty Piggy on it. Super iconic, super iconic. This was like the first CD I played in my room before I even had a CD player. Like I just played it on my PlayStation, and I think it kind of damaged the CD a little bit, but that's besides the point. I got Mike Oldfield because my dad showed him to me and he was like, get it. So I was like, okay, buy it for me. So Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. This is also like some vibey electronic. And then I got one of my favorite albums as of at the moment right now is Madonna's Ray of Light. I had not listened to this album when I bought it, but in my previous video on about my little talk about Bjork and whatnot, I say how Eusexual, a lot of people compared it to Ray of Light. So then I listened to a song and I was like, wait, okay, I see the resemblance. And I saw the CD and I was like, I need to have it. And I have it now. And then I listened to it on CD and I'm obsessed. No CD, it's currently in the CD player. The fact that I have like 2 of Madonna's like dance albums, really cool, really cool. Another album I got there, I mean iconic, really, like you can't. The merch! That's crazy that was like style. We got 30 by Adele because I have listened to this album. This is the only Adele album that I listened in full. Never on CDs yet. I only listened to it when it first came out. I've listened to a lot of the songs like throughout my playlists, but as a full album, I need to re-listen to it so I can Can I speak properly? Like I have like a weird accent going on right now and I really don't understand why. My last CD that I have in my collection is Thank You Next. Yeah, I mean, this is my first Ariana album. I keep seeing Sweetener and Eternal Sunshine in like stores, but my genuine complaint with Eternal Sunshine CD is the cover. Bitch, why is it the close-up of her face? I wish it was the actual cover, but I think one day I might just get it just because Eternal Sunshine is actually a good album. Sweetener, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know. I don't really love the production on it. So sorry about that. But yeah, those are my CDs. Those are my CDs, yes. So now that's that, I'm just gonna do some final thoughts as I set them up back in. There we go. Those are my CDs. I hope you enjoyed the tour of them. I love CDs, I love music, and I think it's very important that we, as consumers of art, consumers of music, to consume just a little more variety and a little more openly. Obviously, I have my albums that you look at and you're like, okay, that is his music taste, right? But there are some albums that I own that aren't necessarily my everyday go-to listens, you know? Oh my god, guys! I just forgot. When I was shopping with my parents and they were buying me the CDs for my gifts, I got 3 Katy Perry albums. So, obviously, I got Teenage Dream. We love this album. It's iconic. Pop Bible right here. Very fun, very fun. Witness and Smile, I genuinely am fan of, especially Smile. When this came out, I listened to the entirety of it and I love it. I think it's such a good album. I think it's so fun. There's some really good songs on here. Same for Witness. She has some really good songs on here and I think it's very important to give these albums a chance, even if you've heard some things or whatever. Another album that I did kind of forget to show you guys. It's just a J-Lo, Dance Again, The Hits. I love J-Lo and I love her songs. These are all like her popular songs, so obviously I had to get it. Thank you for watching this video of my CD tour. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to get more CDs soon and be more open to consuming music. And if you already have started a collection, I definitely recommend trying to grow it, trying to make it something that is your own, make that your archive in a way. That's kind of how I see this. It's like, this is my music. Yeah, Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye!